Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Sullivan, and today I'm going to show you an example of another opinion piece of writing, and this time we are going to be writing our opinion on littering because it's Earth Week for us. So I'm going to go through our organizer and just show you the process of writing. Again, you're probably going to want to take a piece of scrap paper and maybe jot down your ideas or your reasons before you start writing, just to kind of give you an idea of what's going to go in each sentence that you write. I did that myself on a piece of paper, and now I'm going to show you how I'll put it into the organizer. So we know, let me make this a little bit bigger for you to see. I'm going to go to zoom 100. Perfect. Okay, so up top in this part of the hamburger bun, you want to write your catchy lead and your opinion statement. We want both sentences, okay? So for my opinion on littering, which I of course think is a terrible idea, I'm going to write my catchy lead. I'm just going to back up here. And I'm going to use a combination of a question and not a sound effect, but just kind of a word that I might yell. So I'm going to say, oops, yuck. Who left their old brown banana peel sitting on this park bench? Question mark, because it's a question. So there's my catchy lead. And of course, I need to add my opinion statement. So I'm going to write, in my opinion, we should never, ever litter. Okay, so again, there's my catchy lead, and here's my opinion statement. So now I want to go to my first reason, and this is where I'm going to type. And hopefully you looked at the Google slide that had all the transition words on it, because that will help you to make sure you're including transition words for each reason. And I know you know what transition words are. So the first reason I'm going to start with, first of all, that's my transition word or phrase. And I'm going to say, littering makes a big mess. So there's my first sentence. I'm going to try to add another detail sentence to it. I'm going to say, I like to hang out in clean spaces, not messy ones. So here's my reason, and then I added a detail sentence after it. All right, here's my second reason. I'm going to use my transition word. For this one, I'm going to use not to mention animals could eat my litter and get sick, especially if it was made of plastic. So for this one, I only wrote one sentence, but I included my example in with my reason. So my reason was that animals could eat my litter, and my example was that they could get sick if it was made of plastic. So I could even add something else. I could say things like plastic bags or bottles should always get recycled or thrown away. There's another detail. And now I'm moving on to my third reason. I'll get rid of that right there. And for my third reason, I'm going to use a transition word. I might say lastly or finally. I think I'll use finally for this one. Finally, some litter can get into water. There's my reason. Here's my example. I'm going to say this could pollute our lakes and oceans, and we wouldn't be able to swim. Okay, so I have, let's just recap here. I have my catchy lead, my opinion statement, my first reason, my second reason, my third reason, and then for my conclusion, you could use, as you can see, there's some other ones you can choose too. I might start with, it is very clear that we should throw our trash away or recycle it properly and never, ever litter. All right, so that concludes my writing. And when you're done writing, just go back and read it out loud to yourself, because that gives you a really good way to check for any words that are missing or anything that you might feel like you need to add, or you might have misspelled something. So it's always a good idea to just go back and read it out loud to yourself to edit it and see if there's anything that you want to add or change. All right, I hope that helped.